Well, I didn't see this one coming. Just last night, OWI posted up a dev blog containing the biggest change Squad will be undergoing since it's been released, and that is a complete overhaul of infantry combat, the main core gameplay of Squad. Now, this dev blog is huge. They talk about the past, the present, and the future. But what I'm going to try and do is try to summarize this all for you. But as always, the link to this will be in the description down below, so you can have a read of the full thing. Oh, and whilst you're down there, hit that sub button. This blog starts off talking about their roots in Project Reality back when it was a mod for Battlefield 2, and this was the foundation for the Squad creation. They then go on to mention as Squad was developed, they were influenced by current shooter trends with the desire for a broader appeal and finding themselves prioritizing individual skill and instant gratification over the core principles that made Project Reality exceptional. Whilst they may have found many positives through the development process, mainly through the fact that teamwork still yields rewarding experiences, people working together to coordinate, execute and adapt well-planned strategies that can create remarkable feats on the battlefield. This is the core strength of Squad and helps create lasting memories, but also highlights the importance of collaboration. On the negative though, they noticed there's a lot of features that lean towards that individualistic gameplay, where in instances a single player can wipe out an entire squad and undermines the emphasis on teamwork and the cooperative experience. So they then go on to say that they want to go back to their roots. Moving forwards, our primary goal is to steer Squad's combat system towards a greater emphasis on teamwork and cooperation. We have learned valuable lessons from our previous work and players' feedback, which have highlighted the need to enhance the gameplay experience by fostering a stronger sense of camaraderie and strategic decision making. One of the key changes we are implementing is to create longer firefights and provide more opportunities for tactical choices as a squad. By adjusting the pacing and dynamics of combat, we aim to extend the duration of engagements, allowing players to make informed decisions and employ various tactics to overcome the situation. This will not only deepen the tactical aspect of Squad, but also generate more memorable war story moments that players can share and reminisce about. In addition, we are striving to make combat more approachable for players of all skill levels. We understand the importance of creating an inclusive environment where new players can feel useful and contribute to the overall success of the squad. By providing opportunities for newcomers to engage in suppressive fire or support roles, whilst experienced players execute flanking maneuvers and decisive pushes. We aim to strike a balance that promotes both learning and effective teamwork. In conclusion, our vision for Squad's combat system entails a shift towards enhanced teamwork and cooperation, longer, more strategic firefights, and a more approachable experience for players. We anticipate that these changes will fundamentally change the way Squad is played. The benefits will be far-reaching, fostering stronger player engagement, more dynamic and more memorable moments, and ultimately solidifying Squad's position as a premier multiplayer first-person shooter game that thrives on teamwork and strategic thinking. Now, I'm not going to lie, whilst all of this on paper sounds great, I am a little bit apprehensive reading this, but I am more than happy to approach with an open mindset when it gets released. I understand they want to get people working together more because that's the whole premise of Squad, but don't go punishing those who are skillful enough to wipe out a squad solo. That's the 8 guys you've just clapped problem, not yours. So I like to think these changes aren't going to interfere with genuine skill and luck for the sake of players who have the reaction times of a stunned slug. Maybe I'm just reading into that bit a little bit too much personally, but that's just how I feel on initial reading this through. Like I said though, I'm only going off what is in this blog. I haven't been able to try it out at all, and more than likely I'll be waiting just as long as you guys to play it as well. So I'm going to remain optimistic and open-minded. Anyway, on to the changes. First up is Suppression. OWI is wanting to give Suppression more purpose, especially as that's one of the main roles as a machine gunner, suppressing people and keeping them pinned down. The new Suppression effect will now blur things out in the distance, but sharpen things up that are close to you. This is so you have the chance to find cover rather than what people used to do and just do a 180 turn and start spraying back completely unaffected. There will be different levels of suppression that affect you in slightly different ways and for slightly different periods of time, but going from the screenshot that they've shared, it's looking pretty good. I just hope it isn't like Postscriptum's flinch effect. That was dire. General gunplay has also been overhauled in an effort to make firefights more intense and last longer. Hipfire has now become point fire. Now if you play Tarkov, this is something you probably already do a lot of, and from the sounds will be a very useful skill to now transverse and have in squad. So in CQB situations, you'll be wanting to engage the enemy without aiming down sights for a quicker and more effective method to beat your opponents. Recoil has been modified and made more sophisticated. They say they want full auto spraying to be more situational, and with the addition of recoil misalignment, basically the weapons you use whilst in full auto has a kind of rotational cone movement as opposed to just being a traditional vertical climb that just meant you yeeted your mouse backwards and you were fine. Now it takes a little bit more practice and skill to keep your gun where you want it. Different weapons will have different handling characteristics too, which will help give each faction an extra sense of uniqueness. So this already is sounding like recoil is going to be more skill controlled. Gun sway has also been given the works treatment. Stamina has more effect on it, and basically means the round now goes where your barrel is pointing rather than just from the center of your screen, so, rip all of you crosshair users. Steadying your aim no longer happens instantly and doesn't last as long, by the sounds of things, with them saying we have to be more patient whilst lining up shots. Aiming down sights times have been changed per stance. Crouched is slightly faster than standing, but being prone with a bipod deployed will give you the fastest ADS time. This is sounding like a step in a more tactical and in-depth direction, moving away from the slightly arcadey physics that we currently have. And I'm all for that, because this is going to make things more rewarding, and the more rewarding things are, the more people will enjoy it. Range optics are also seeing a huge change with picture-in-picture being implemented. Most people will remember games like Escape from Tarkov being the first time that they encountered PIP, and whilst it looked incredible, boy it was taxing on your system back then, because essentially it's rendering your game twice. Well, things have come a long way since then, and it's optimized much better, especially on the Unreal Engine as opposed to Unity, which Tarkov is built on. Squad has done it in their own unique way as well, with the background becoming blurry, giving more focus on your optic. Now I'm on the fence about this one, because to me the whole point in picture-in-picture is to be able to see my surroundings even when I'm aiming down sights. But as OWI goes to say, it's all about trade-offs. With PIP optics, they will generally have more zoom than the old scope system, but more of your field of view is occluded by the optic. Scopes won't be affected by the suppression blur effect we're getting, but sway will be a much bigger problem. And with optics, you will want to rely on your point fire skills in CQB situations, or a buddy who has a CQB orientated weapon. And finally, movement has also been changed. The plan is to slow the overall pace of the game down to allow players to see, think, speak, and do. It's all to encourage the use of vehicle transportation and a general counterplay to rush tactics. You see, back in the early days, there wasn't as many vehicles, so you would spend a lot of time walking from point to point, which is why movement speed was generally a bit faster. Now, we have 50 players on each team, we have got logistics trucks, we've got helicopters, we've got APCs, and we've even got clown car jeeps. So we've all got plenty of ways to move around. Essentially, they're just trying to make everything have its time and place, just like in a real theatre of war, and again, they're wanting more cohesion and more teamwork between everyone involved. Stamina regen rate has also been slowed down slightly, and on top of this, changes to vaulting and climbing have been made, including the height of which you can and cannot climb. But you can now no longer climb whilst in midair. Essentially, extreme parkouring has been nerfed. And fall damage has been changed to become more punishing. I'll be interested to see how this one pans out, but I just hope I can step off a wall without losing a quarter of my health. All in all, this is a serious overhaul and will change the meta of Squad dramatically. There's a lot of stuff I'm looking forward to, and some stuff maybe not so much, but I'm certainly looking forward to the challenge of essentially learning an entire new system. This is a really ballsy move, especially this far down the life of Squad. But as the devs have stated, they weren't happy with how things were, so they wanted to go back and make Squad the game that they always wanted it to be. And you know what? You've got to respect that. This is hopefully going to give Squad an even more unique feel, and if this all works out as intended, they could end up making Squad's gunplay the new benchmark for other tactical shooters to aim for. Anyway, that sums it up for this video. As always, a link to the full devlog is in the description down below. What are you most excited or skeptical about? Don't forget to come join my server, Dead on Dismount, and enjoy our final weeks on this current gunplay system. Thank you all for watching, take care, and I'll catch you in the next video, or in my server.